صل على محمد وعلى محمد وعجل فرجه. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إنا أنزلناه في ليلة القدر وما أدراك ما ليلة القدر. ليلة القدر خير من 1000 شهر. تنزل الملائكة والروح فيها بإذن ربهم من كل أمر. سلام هي حتى مطلع الفجر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره إنه كان توابا. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالعصر. صدق الله العلي العظيم. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين وكفى بالله وكيلا ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. So tonight is, as we all know, is the first night of Shab Qadr and the night of 19. In the Sahar of this Mah Mubarak Ramadan, on the 19th day of Ramadan, the greatest man of all world, Mullah Amir al-Mu'mineen, gets stricken, and traditionally we gather together and we have the first Ahya night. So first and most, I would like to ask everybody for their dua, and inshallah dua for all the marhumin, for all the people who are sick, and safety of our community and our families. Tonight we started with Surah Qadr, and then Surah Nas, where finally the last surah, which Surah Asr, Surah. And with these, the barakat of these three surah, inshallah, we get the most benefit from the majlis, and we remember Agha Imam Zaman, Imam Asr, inshallah. His nazar is on our majlis, and we get the most benefit from it. Sadaq Allahu al-Aliyyul Azim.
Salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Brother Mustafa. Muhammad Ali, you can start whenever you're ready.
Yes. Today, since it's the day of Qadr, I will read Surah Al-Qadr. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Inna anzalnahu fi laylatul qadr. Wama adraka ma laylatul qadr. Laylatul qadr من ألف شهر تنزل الملائكة فيها بإذن ربهم من كل يوم سلام هي حتى مطلع الفجر.
Great job, Salawat.
Allahumma
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
salli Muhammadan.
So before we start and ask say Sheikh Kuleni to start with the question answer session, just a quick reminder for people who are in house for in-person program, please stay in your seats and do not go downstairs. It's only for volunteers for now. Inshallah, after Maghrib prayers, people will go down for iftar and dinner time. We ask Sheikh Kuleni to come and start with the question answer session.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody.
Alaikum assalam.
Walaikum salam.
Ramadan Mubarak. Sound like anybody have any questions today? Inshallah.
Okay,
Now
Tama?
I do.
Amen. Okay. Baba, you go ahead and start.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
I hear.
Maulana? Assalamu alaikum.
Excellent.
Just a general question which we have nowadays. One of them is like, many people are scheduled during Ramadan for the vaccine for COVID-19 and they're fasting. So is it possible for them to take the vaccine when they're fasting for COVID-19 for the COVID-19?
Yeah, alhamdulillah, that's a good question. A lot of people, are wondering. It's no problem because it's not a shot that's given any type of nourishment. It's not, it's just a regular shot of medicine, which is taken through the arm. So no, you could actually take it with no problem, and it doesn't affect your fast at all.
Okay. What about the medicine? Like if I have allergies right now, and can I use my spray, like a nasal spray, Flonase, or thing like that? Will that be a problem? Like sometimes, you do the spray and then you get a little bit of taste back in the throat. But I mean, it's more like a medicine. So I'm not sure if it is okay to take them or.
Yeah, from what I was reading, like if it's a mist,
like a mist, yeah, like spray or mist in the nose.
like a mist,
It goes, yeah, like you do it with a spray, like the medicine goes like a mist into the nose.
it was saying, from what I understand, what I understood what they were saying, like mist, if it's like a mist, is no problem. Long as
Okay.
it reach actually like the reach the stomach area, stuff like that, because it's just a
No,
mist.
I don't think it should reach there. Yeah, it will be mainly in the nose.
Yeah.
Occasionally, with the secretions, it may go into your throat, but it's not like a.
As long as it don't reach, because I think it was something I was reading also about. I think it was what thing was nose drops. I think it was. It was asking about nose drops, and it says you can take it as long as it don't reach the stomach or go down the throat. So
Okay.
as well as a mist, because it's medicine.
Right. So that should be okay, probably.
What about any other injections? I mean, vaccine is one thing, but you have to have some injection for some kind of treatment.
Like
Can you have injection while fasting?
tests and stuff like that. No, because we have a ruling a long time ago that there's nothing wrong with taking injections. As long as it doesn't do it, as long as it's not anything to do with nourishment. Like you take like an IV bag for nourishment. What's for fluids to for your hunger or to nourish you, then that's the problem. When it comes out to a medicine that took taken like a needle, is no problem.
Because injection could be of two types. It could one injection goes to the muscles and one injection goes to the IV.
IV. Yeah.
IV, no IV, in other words.
No IV, just injection in the muscles. And that's as long as not multivitamin
Yeah, no,
or something like that.
no. Somebody say, "Oh, I'm gonna get medicine, but this medicine's an IV." You know, no, you can't do that. No IVs, but just medicine that's taken through the muscle exactly.
No, I think IV I think must be pretty sick because IV is not that common, you know.
Uh-huh.
Shouldn't be fasting if we need IV medicine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have time that I can ask
So I
a
have a
question?
question for one of the young sisters. I mean, has question for you, Maulana. Okay.
Salaam alaikum. Can you please explain about fidya and kafare?
Yeah.
For
fidya-
example, for a person who cannot fast for medical reasons throughout the Ramadan month, they are supposed to give fidya.
Yeah.
And they know they cannot do their fast during next month or the next year. They know they cannot do it. So what will be the fidya for them, and what's the difference of the fidya and kafara? Thank you.
Fidya and kafara is two different things. A fidya is also is an amount in which a person has to pay on a daily basis. In other words, on each day in which he or she can fast, they pay. I keep on every year. I forget this amount. I forget the amount every year. So they pay a certain amount daily for each day in which they can't fast. Whereas the kafara, like say for instance, they have to do a kafara for like say of missing a fast like intentionally, right? They do it intentionally. It's nothing like they're sick or that they traveling where you could just have to make up that day, or they do something in which they have to take kafara. Kafara is like for each day. It's like you have to either fast 60 days consecutively, free a slave, or feed a certain amount of people. This is for like the kafara. Whereas the fidya is just a person, they don't have the ability to fast because of some type of pre-existing illness that they have. And every day in which they don't fast, they pay that certain amount, maybe a couple of dollars, maybe like $4 or $5, maybe something like that, if I'm not mistaken, per day. You know, you can't pay ahead of time. You have to pay for each day in which you can't fast. This is the difference between fidya and the kafara of each. Assalamu alaikum. I hope that's clear. Assalamu alaikum, sister.
Yes.
Was that clear or?
So fidya is $5 per day,
Yeah, about $5 per day. That's exactly
and
$5.
he doesn't have to do the fast throughout the next month or the next year.
Well, the thing is, if he's not able to fast, right? Say for instance, if he's not able to fast, he have to pay the fidya. But if it's say for instance, this illness has to also last, you know, longer than the fast as well. It has to be like a pre-existing fast or something that's an illness that's really affected that person that he can't fast. So he has to pay that every day he or she hasn't not able to fast. Like every day he can't pray. He can't pay ahead of time a fidya, but just the days he can't fast. In other words, days he haven't fast.
So at the time of Eid al-Fitr, he has to pay?
Days of fitr. What do you mean? Zakatul fitra?
Yeah, at that time.
Well, everybody pays zakatul fitra. I don't think he's exempt.
No, I mean, other than the Fitriya, is it the time that he pays at that time?
No. He pays for every day. No,
So he has to pay every day one by one?
Yes, one by one. Every day in which he can't fast. He can't pay ahead. Well, the thing is, he could pay all at once, but he can't pay ahead of what he's gonna miss.
because the sister I talked to, she said she had the same trouble as my husband, and they know they cannot catch up with the fast. So they have to pay day by day.
Yeah, day by day. Or like you said, if they make the fast, she could pay. It's probably easy to pay day by day, but if it accumulates, she pay. I guess she could pay if it's much easier, inshallah, she could pay all after she has missed the fast. But from my understanding, what I was reading some time ago about it is per day. They pay for per day if they can't fast, or they pay all. I guess they pay all at once all the fasting is done, inshallah, to make it easier.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Sound like anybody else with any more questions?
Assalamu alaikum.
Islam, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm not doing fine.
My question is that in Surah Qadr,
I can hardly hear you. Can you speak louder, please?
in Surah Qadr, in the first ayah, it says, the translation says, indeed we sent it down on the night of Qadr.
Yes.
Why does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala use we instead of I, which I would mean him, but
Yeah.
like he used we instead. And the same way is also used in Surah Al-Kafir.
Yeah.
So
Indeed.
why does Allah use we instead of I?
Allah Azza he used we a lot. So a lot of things in which Allah Azza he sends down, he actually sends down the command to other people to send it down. Like say, and when he said, like, just hypothetically speaking, when he sent down the verses to Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he sent them down, but he also sent messages through people proxies as well. But also when we say we, it shows a sign of authority as we as a whole. You know, even though Allah is one, he's trying to, you know, show authority show authority to people. Or is that like, or maybe how can I say it? I had a good explanation for this a long time ago because somebody asked me this. It's more like as I, like he's saying, like when we talk about we, talking about us and the general, like how the power in which he has, in other words, he's talking about like everything, not like how can I say in a way that's simple. When we talk about power, a person will always say in the strength in which we have, not the strength in which I have, in which we have, to show that it's a power in which that is greater than anything else. He talks like in general, like it's we who has sent down the rain. It is we who has sent down the clouds, but it's only him. But Allah may have ordered other people to do the tasks, tell the people to do the other tasks in which he has gave them the proxy to be able to do it. So when Allah says we, this is like a form of authority in which he has, the authority in which he has, and he has might have gave to other people to do, but he's the one that's actually doing it or giving the power to the other people to do it, inshallah.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I also have another question.
Yes.
Why do women have to stay behind men in Jummah prayers?
That's a good question too. Well, we see that women, even though Allah, women are created out of the same mud in which men are. Allah had made the man the protector and maintainer of the woman. And in turn, that because he had made her the protector and the maintainer of the woman, he also made him man the leader of the woman. This is probably, inshallah, one of the reasons why Allah made it so that, you know, the man stand in front. Not only that, also through the perverted minds of man as well, that if a woman was to stand in front of a man, maybe the possibility he might not be able to concentrate in prayer. A'udhu billahi. Maybe, Allah knows best. Because we find that in the ruling that if a man is praying and a woman come in front of his prayer, right, and start the prayer, his prayer has to stop. His prayer is no longer, even though he was there already before her praying. we find that this is most likely a safeguard also for women, to safeguard against the ill thoughts of man also. But this is probably one of the reasons why Allah Azza makes the man stand in front of the woman instead of the woman stand in front of the man, inshallah.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Anybody else? Any other questions? One more question. Sheikh.
No, inshallah, hopefully I explained everything clearly. Inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Next-
One question.
Sure.
Only fast one day in Ramadan, like really medically, you can only do it one time. Which day would you pick? What's the best day to do it?
I didn't hear you.
If you have to pick a single day in Ramadan to fast, which day is the best one for that?
Oh wow. I really don't know. I just know that the whole month is blessed. You know, I think every day, the whole month of Ramadan is a blessed month. You know, and it's the wild in each and every day, most likely, inshallah. You know, in each
Yeah,
and every day of the month.
After like Laylatul Qadr of a certain day?
Well, there's a lot of blessings in Laylatul Qadr. It's a lot of blessings in Laylatul, all the days of Laylatul Qadr, because those days are like, you know, 1,000 months. So there's a lot of thawab in those days. You know, of course, if you're able to fast, you should fast all of them. You know, there's a lot of thawab and fasting in the month of Ramadan in itself. So I'm not necessarily sure like which day, if you have a choice, you know. I never like fan of like being able to choose or like reading anything about being able to choose.
Well, medically, they can't do 30 days.
Yeah.
Just have to choose.
I think the thing is that maybe they could fast the day, I guess, that they ate fast. It could probably be any day during the year, during that month. Because I think medically, if a person's not able to fast during the month of Ramadan, I don't think, you know, I haven't read anything in which says that he's able to choose which day he can fast and what day he can't fast. I'm not sure. I really not sure on that. I would have to like do some research on that one, but I'm not sure.
Thank you.
Okay, somebody asked me a question that said, what about people who don't brush their teeth when they get up for sahur and then don't brush their teeth when they get up in the morning, saying you can't brush while fasting? You actually could brush your teeth while fasting. It's no problem with brushing your teeth while fasting. The thing is that long as nothing reached the throat, you don't swallow no water or swallow anything, you're okay. But it's no problem in brushing your teeth while you're fasting. Yeah, even though, yes, Allah does love the smell of the fasting person breath. But yeah, it's no problem with it. I like that one. He said, you said as yesterday that Allah loves the smell of the fasting person, but some men stink from their mouth. Yeah. Yeah, it's no problem with brushing your teeth while you're fasting. You know, there's no issue in that. You can brush your teeth while you're fasting. You know, that doesn't break your fast or anything, or nor does it affect your fast in any type of way as well.
So I think no more questions now. So Sheikh, you can proceed with the rest of the program, starting with the lecture, inshallah.
Inshallah, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Wassalati wassalam ashrafil mursaleen wa khatimun nabiyyin. Ahmed Mustafa Abi Qasimi Muhammad Mustafa. Wa tayyibin tahirin al-masumin. Qala Allahu ta'ala fi maqami kitabu aziz. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Wal asr innal insana lafi khusr illa alladhina amanu wa aminu salihati wa tawassaw bil haqqi wa tawassaw bis sabr. Salawat. Allahumma salli Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. You know, with all the events that's going around the world, we find that man has lost something. He has lost the compassion for others. We find that this word of compassion and mercy is just a word with no feeling or anything. We see that the human race, Allah tells us that He is the most compassionate and that He is the most compassionate to the creation. But we find that we ourselves are not compassionate nor merciful to human beings that we could see with our eyes. We find this now. We're not compassionate at all. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the Most High, blessed, has mercy on those who are merciful towards others. We ask Allah to be merciful to us, but yet when we see others, we are not merciful or have compassion towards them. So he said also in his riwayah that to have mercy on the dwellers of the earth, and the Lord of the heavens will have mercy on you. Man has lost this. And because of this, of not having this mercy, Allah Jalla has not given us mercy. We ask, oh Allah, please give us mercy. Give us mercy. Have mercy upon us. But when a person is in front of us that needs the same mercy in which we ask Allah Jalla to give us, we don't give that in return. So Allah Jalla, He removes the mercy from us because of us being merciless or compassion, having no compassion. This is the problem with man these days. Imam Ali alayhi salam, he says on the same thing, he says that the best that draws forth mercy is having compassion for all people in your heart. As Muslims, as believers, but also as human beings, we should have mercy and compassion in our hearts for others. We should be the example to others on how you're supposed to treat and deal with people. But in turn, we take the ideology of the one who does not are compassionate with others, nor are they merciful to others, and we emulate these people, unfortunately. This is a big problem. This is a big problem with this. When we're doing this. See, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and those with him, firm against the unbelievers, compassionate amongst the believers. This is what Allah Jalla said, that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is firm, Messenger of Allah, and those with him are firm hearts against the unbelievers, but compassionate amongst themselves. That means they love one another. They firm, but yet they compassionate one another. But when we look at each other, we are not compassionate. We're not merciful one another. We are harsh and we difficult one another. We deal with each other in such harsh ways. And this goes against what the Rasulullah, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, how he treated, how Ahlul Bayt treated people, or how Allah Jalla want us to treat people as well. This is the big problem with us. We lose out on the compassion in which we're supposed to show. We don't do it. But yet we ask Allah Jalla. It's almost like we ask Allah, oh Allah, please have mercy upon us. Have mercy upon us, please. But yet, when we see a person in front of us, we don't be merciful for us, to them. So how can we ask for mercy, but yet we do not return it as well? This is something that is not good. We have to also ask, but that's also return the mercy as well to those who need it, the compassion to those who need it. Not to be the ones that just receive it or try to receive it, but not return it to the one who needs it. Because Allah Jalla could probably use us as proxies to be giving that person this compassion, this mercy in which he or she may need. Yes. That's exactly how Imam Ali alayhi salam, he said, how I wonder at the one who hopes for the mercy of the one above him, and yet himself does not have mercy on the one below him. We ask, oh Lord, give us mercy, but the one that is below us, the one who we might have the upper hand against, we do not show mercy or compassion towards that person. So what is wrong with our thinking right here? Have we misinterpreted in which Allah has given us or told us, or which Aql Bay has given us and told us, or because our heart has become hard, and the love in which we're supposed to bring forth to others, the compassion in which we're supposed to bring forth to others, because of the sin, it has not allowed us to bring forth that type of same thing towards others? Is this what happened? Why is that? If we are taught to be compassionate, then for us to receive any benefit, we have to put that compassion into action, not just something in which we have learned. Because a lot of times we have just learned these things and we say, oh yes, I know about being compassionate. But when it comes down to our actions goes against what we have learned. So all actuality, we have no knowledge of compassion or mercy. We just have information about compassion and mercy. Because if we have learned this and truly understood what this was, we will implement it into our daily action. And in turn, it will be a part of us. So when we see that this person or persons need this type of thing, that we will automatically give it to them with no hesitation, because this has become a part of our actions. So we turn, this help us become better people, because now it is a part of in our heart. And our heart has become softened for those who are in need of this type of thing. Right? This is exactly how it's supposed to be. But in turn, we know these things and we do not allow ourselves to put them into actions to be able to make us better people. Allah Azza, he tells us these things. He tells these things, Rasulullah tells these things, explains these things, not for us to just hear it, but for us to hear it, for us to take it as a part of our actions, so it could be a part of our, how can I say, our behavior, our behavior becomes a part of us, be second nature to us. So we would jump when it happens, we just jump. It's just be natural for us to do it. Not just to know it. Oh, I know about this. Yeah, I know. We say, oh yeah, I know about it. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, you're telling me something. I learned this when I was a child. This is what you hear sometimes with people that they supposed to do these type of things. Oh, I knew this since I was a child. I know this. Yeah, I know this. But why? Since you know this as a child, why are you not acting in accordance to what you know? We're told that to be better people, when we learn something, we should put into action. Once we master it, then we go to the next thing. But in turn, we just put it in the back of our minds and act like it's nothing to us. So we are told by the Prophet Muhammad SAW that to be compassionate towards the destitute. That means anybody who is in need that does not have, we have to show some type of compassion towards them. We have to be compassionate towards them. We cannot be, how can I say, hard-hearted towards them. We find that every day when we say the Basmala, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, right? Allah Azza said in the name of Allah, the beneficent, the merciful. Allah Azza is beneficent to all the people, but He's merciful to the believers. So as us, we also should be the same way when it comes down to the people. We have to deal with people with compassion, deal with people with mercy. But if not, we are going against Him, which Allah Azza is trying to teach man. We have to show the compassion. Show the compassion. We have to do it so much that we show compassion to the youth in our family and revere the old. And reverse to the old. So we show it to the old, we show it to the young. It doesn't matter. We show it to everybody. It's not just a certain people. As some people said, I will only show this to people of, how can I say, influence. If they have influence, then I show compassion, I show mercy, because they are on the same level as I. No, this is not correct. Whether that person is on the same level as me and you, or they are higher than us, or they are lower than us, or whatever it may be, we have to show compassion. We have to show mercy to all. Whether they are old, or whether they are young, or whether they are in between, whatever it may be. Because when we show these type of things to the people, the youth, our children, the people around us, they take notice of what we are doing and what we are saying and how we are doing things. And in turn, this will influence them to be that way. But what happened is, when we show them the opposite, they them too will do that same way in which we show them. So we have to be examples to these people, to show them the correct way, to show them the correct teachings of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam, or how we should deal with the people. This is what we supposed to do. So what about those that are most deserving of compassion? You have people that's the most deserving of compassion, more so than anybody else. As I said, in the same thing, Rasulullah, if you don't believe what I said, Rasulullah, he says, why? He said, be compassionate towards a mighty person who has been dishonest, a rich man who has become poor, a scholar who has been forgotten amongst a generation of ignorant people. So here it is said, be compassionate towards a mighty person who has been dishonored, a rich man who has become poor, a scholar who has been forgotten amongst a generation of ignorant people. So here it is, the Rasulullah, he's telling us. Because what happened is that we find a person that he might have been, kind of said, mighty person, but has been dishonored. And we say, oh, I remember when he did this. I'm not going to show him no compassion. This is this. But we have to show him that, no, this is the correct way. A rich person who has become poor, we have to come and show them compassion. Because maybe if they regain their wealth, they'll understand that same way Allah Azza gave you the wealth, he'll take it. So the arrogancy of not being compassionate or having mercy upon his people, Allah Azza snatch away the things in which he has given you to show you as what is the reality of how you're supposed to be. Right? Because today you're on top and tomorrow you may be the one who needs the mercy or the compassion from somebody. This is how we have to think. And because we are compassionate and merciful to other people, that one day we too may have to seek out that compassion and mercy from someone as well. We might not always be the one giving it, but we might be the one who may receive this type of compassion and mercy. You know, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said that one of the inmates of the hellfire, will call out, "Oh, affectionate one, oh, liberal giving, save me from the fire. Save me from the fire. Yes, save me from the fire." So Allah will command that the angels to take him out of that, and he may come and stand before him. And Allah will ask him, were you ever compassionate towards a sparrow? Were you ever compassionate towards a sparrow? We know what a sparrow is. A sparrow is a small bird. Were you ever compassionate towards a small bird? This is deep because Allah Azza He's asking them not just to be compassionate to a human, but to a sparrow. Then it goes on to in this riwayah, and it says that the Prophet said that he said a sparrow was killed just for fur, just for fun. It was just for fun on a day of judgment, complained to Allah against the person who did so just for fun and did not for any material gain. So in other words, because this person did not show mercy or compassion, or he didn't kill the sparrow for any type of food or survival, no type of compassion, he just killed it for fun. Allah Azza is questioning him about this, that he didn't show any compassion towards that animal. So we have to show compassion to everything, every little thing, without any hesitation. Because Allah Azza, He will ask us about the compassion in which we ask of him, and ask us, did we show any compassion towards whether our fellow human being or an animal in which we have done some injustice to? So we have to be compassionate to everything around us. Show mercy to everything around us. We cannot be of those who are, how can I say it, merciless, uncompassionate. But we have to show this compassion towards the creation of Allah Azza, the mercy towards the creation of Allah Azza. We have to show these type of things. It cannot just be a word on our mouth or our tongue or something that is in our mind that we know about. But this has to be an action in which we do, not only for the adults, but also for the children. We have to teach them this from a very young age, to show compassion and be mercy, and show mercy towards people and anything that is from Allah's creation. This will help us become soft-hearted and gentle. Because if you teach them not to be this way and they become hard-hearted and not gentle towards the creation of Allah Azza, this is not a good trait. Because as believers, we're supposed to be soft-hearted people, compassionate people, merciful people. We're not supposed to be those people whose hearts are like rocks that water flows just over the rock and does not penetrate. But we're supposed to have hearts that water penetrate in, because of the softness, the porousness of allowing it to penetrate. We allow things to penetrate, to be able to feel the how can I say it, to feel the weaknesses or the problems of others, and to understand, because of our softness, we can empathize or sympathize with the person who's going through this type of problems, and in return we show them the compassion and the mercy in which that we have the upper hand on that person, and we could give them some type of ease away from these type of problems in which they have endured or are enduring at the moment in which they have come towards us with these things. We should not be of those who are the opposite of what Allah Azza and Ahl Bayt are trying to install upon us. No, not at all. you know, Allah has divine mercy. Right? Allah has divine mercy. Right? There's no doubt about it. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said that verily Allah, the Most High, created 100 units of mercy. On a day, he created the heavens and the earth. 100 units of mercy, that's a lot of mercy, right? The day he created the heavens and the earth. Each unit of which corresponds to all that is between the skies and the earth. And by virtue of that one unit, everything in creation shows understanding for one another. The mother is affectionate towards her child, and by virtue of the same unit, the birds and the beasts are able to drink water, and all creation are able to subsist. So did you hear this hadith, this riwayah? He said, because of one unit, the mother is affectionate towards her child, and the birds and the beasts are able to drink water, and all the creatures are able to subsist. So out of one unit, out of the 100 units in which Allah Azza has created, that all this mercy that we have comes from that one unit. Because of this one unit, our very own mothers, our own mothers have affection towards us. And the animals and all that of the creation benefit from the compassion, the mercy of Allah Azza. So Allah Azza, he has all the compassion and mercy that is abundance. So imagine if we was able to have 2 of those units, maybe even 3 of those units, or 4, or anything more than that. It would be an unexplainable mercy in which Allah Azza is giving us. Because out of that one unit, Allah Azza has given us so much mercy that mercy he gives us out of one is unexplainable. Because when you look at the affection of your mother towards the child, it is an unexplainable affection. This affection, no one can really explain this affection. It is an unamountable explanation of affection that a mother has for a child. Because once that woman knows, the mother knows that she has a baby in her womb, that affection begins. And she is willing to give up everything to make sure that that child is safe and well. Right? Just do that one unit. One unit. SubhanAllah. So that one unit in which we receive out of the 100, Allah Azza give us so much compassion and so much mercy. But yet, we ask Allah for mercy and compassion, but we do not return the mercy and compassion to those who need this. What is wrong? It is something wrong with us. Are we not reading what Allah Azza says in the Quran? Are we not seeing what Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam is doing? Are we not those who believe in Allah Azza? Are we not those who follow Ahlul Bayt as our examples? We're supposed to be, yes. We're supposed to be those who follow, who believe in Allah Azza. So if Allah Azza had laid this down to us, since we are his servants, we have to serve the compassionate one, serve the merciful one, with also being compassionate and merciful as well. And if Ahlul Bayt is our leaders, our guides, and we must allow them to lead and guide us. So when they lead us towards being compassionate and merciful, then we must follow them and being compassionate and merciful as well. Because we know that they know better than us. And they are giving us an antidote. As people who are sick, we must take this medicine from them. Right? This is what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to take this medicine from them. This is what we're supposed to do. But in turn, we don't take it. We follow the evil inclinations of the shaitan and the whispers of those who are around us that the shaitan have his shayateens, and we let them influence us, and we find ourselves not being compassionate or merciful for those people that need it or that person who needs it. But yet in turn we say, oh Lord, please show me compassion, be merciful to me. Oh Lord, please be compassionate, be merciful towards me. But yet I look at this person, I see this person, I know this person. I don't give that same person that same thing in which I ask Allah Azza to give me. Is this correct? No, this is not correct. No. We find that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he says that our most merciful Allah showers his mercy on those who are themselves merciful. He showers his mercy on those who are themselves merciful. One who has been endowed with a gentle nature has received a portion of the goodness of this world and the next. If you want to be loved by your Creator, love his creation or love his creatures. Self-explanatory. He showers his mercy upon those who themselves are merciful. So if you are not merciful or you're not compassionate, Allah Azza is not showering that upon you. Because he showered upon those who are merciful, compassionate to his creation or the creatures that he has created. MashaAllah. Allah Azza is merciful. He sent us down so much, but in return, we give nothing. We give nothing in return, unfortunately. We are so ungrateful. We're so ungrateful. All he is telling us here is he send down a mercy towards those who are merciful towards his creation. Sometimes we are used as proxies to help each other. As the human nation, we are one who help one another. So because we don't show it, because we don't show mercy to the people, Allah will withhold his mercy from me or you. So he will withhold the mercy from the person if they do not show mercy. He withholds it. And we know that we do not want Allah Azza to withhold any of his mercy, any of his compassion, or anything in which he has for us as human beings. We don't want Allah to withhold nothing. No, we want Allah Azza to give us all of his mercy and compassion and everything in which he has. We want these things. We don't want him to withhold it. So if we do not want Allah Azza to withhold it, then why we are withholding it towards the people in which we see? So if we do not want that to be withheld, do not withhold it ourselves. We must give it to be able to receive it. So because we ask for it, the same person who asked for it, then we must give it to them. We must reciprocate. We must reciprocate. Because with this, Rasulullah said, if you knew the worth of Allah's mercy, you will rely solely on that. If you just knew the mercy of Allah, you would just solely rely on the mercy of Allah. You would not rely on anything else but the mercy of Allah Azza wa Jalla. That's it. You would just rely on that. Nothing else. If we truly understand, if we truly knew the worth of Allah's mercy, we will only rely upon that, and that's all. So what we have to do is start to put this into action and allow ourselves to receive the mercy in which Allah Azza wa Jalla is bringing forth for those who show mercy towards people, and learn to get the benefit from doing this to the people, because Allah Azza wa Jalla, He wants us to succeed. Allah does not want us to fail. Allah wants the human being to succeed. If Allah did not want us to succeed, He would not send so much mercy and compassion down towards the believers, towards the human beings, towards us, towards me and you. He would just allow us to just wander. But no, Allah Azza wa Jalla, He sends down messengers and prophets and guides and everything in which that we could be able to go forth towards Him, to be better human beings, to be better Muslims, to be better human beings, to be of those of the paradise, but not those of the hellfire. But yet in turn, what we do, we ignore all of that, and we become those, the inmates of the hellfire, because we do not listen to what Allah Azza wa Jalla has said down to us. We do not follow what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said to us. We do not follow what Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam has given us. And in turn, we follow our own whims. And because of we following our own whims, we go straight to the hellfire. We do not pass go. We do not collect $100. We go right there. A'udhu billah. And this is the problem. So in turn, if we want to receive mercy or compassion, we ourselves must be merciful and compassionate as well. May Allah help us all. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wal as innal insana lafi khusr illa alladhina amanu wa aminu salihati wa tawassaw bil haqqi wa tawassaw bis sabr wa akhiru da'wana walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin wa sallallahu Muhammadin wa alihi at-tahirin.
Salawat.
Ooh, somebody have a question. When you talk about compassion and mercy, please talk about being merciful towards your wives. Ooh, somebody just brought something up too. Real quick, said that when you talk about compassion and mercy, talks about being compassionate towards your wife. You know, this is a beautiful thing, because unfortunately, a lot of us are not compassionate and loving towards our wives, right? So it was one time that it was a story that one time a man was being buried, and Rasulullah was going with the procession, and they said something about may he go to heaven, something like that, to that order. And Rasulullah said, no, this person is not going to the paradise. He's going to be tormented, in other words. And they said, why? They said, because he was cruel to his wife. He was cruel to his wife. You know, a lot of times that we think that being cruel to our wives or a wife, some people, some of us, you know, anybody else, that we think that there is no type of retribution in this. But in actuality, there's a retribution for this, for being cruel to your wife, your parents, your grandparents, and all these type of things. Allah will actually punish you for these type of things. And that we should, you know, not be this way, you know, and that, and here she said that your children and wives, that they are doing a favor by providing. No, you're not doing a favor by, you know, the person that's not doing a favor by providing for their children and their wives. No, this is your obligation. It's not a favor. No, this is an obligation as a husband that we have to have towards our wife and our children, that we are the maintainers and the providers for them. This is not something I'm doing you a favor. No, we're not. There's no favor in that. No, this is something, this is our obligation. You know, this is an obligation to be the those who make sure that they are fed and taken care of and honored. and not disrespected. You know, and we find that a lot of people, they treat their wife, they treat their wife bad, they treat their parents bad, they treat family members bad, and they come to the masjid and they act like they holy, the holiest person of thou. But this is not correct. You have to be compassionate, show mercy, kind, respectful, all of these type of things. I remember a story that, like they used to say like how Sayyid Khomeini used to treat his wife. He used to, be sad when she's gone, right? He would never ask her for something, not even a glass of water. He would go and get it himself. He would actually, if she come in, don't close the door, he would get up and close the door himself. He showed much respect to his woman, much respect, much honor, all these type of things he showed her. He did not disrespect her. And here it is, this scholar on high level. He did not treat his wife in a bad way, but yet we have no levels at all. We treat our wives, we treat our family members with the utmost disrespect, and this is not correct. And Allah Azza will actually be questioned and answered, and probably even be tormented for these type of acts. As that man, as he was going in his grave being buried, when Rasulullah said that he will get tortured or get burned, or he would get some type of torment because he was mean to his wife. Allah Azza has given your wife, given your children, and all these people as a trust for you to be able to treat these people with kindness and fulfill your obligations towards them, and not be a tyrant. A'udhu billahi. May Allah help us all, and hopefully none of us are like that, inshallah. Sorry about that, Sid. I just saw something that came in.
That's good. I mean, if somebody have brought something, it's good to address it and answer that. That's nice. I mean, thank you for the time and addressing these questions. We appreciate. So before we start Dua Iftitah, we have a quick announcement about program. Again, tomorrow day will be the first Majlis of Shahadat for Imam Ali, starting at 6:15 for next 3 days. Then we go back to 6:30 on the Wednesday, May 5th. Will be the 22nd of Ramadan. For the night of 23rd will be an Amal. We're going to have some Amal today too for the night of 19th, inshallah. And just remember the quick reminders about those people who are here in the building attending in-person program. Please stay in your seats and go downstairs when it's time to open the fast and do iftar. Otherwise, stay in your seats. And another request for our community members that if you plan to bring some food, please do not bring any open food to the center. It all has to be wrapped up individually in individual packets or boxed. So if somebody wants to bring a tabarruk for one of those nights, just make sure it's all individually wrapped or packed or in the boxes or sandwich bags. No open food, please, due to current restrictions. Anybody who's not registered for the program will not be allowed to come inside the building if somebody forget to sign up. Sorry, I don't know what happened with our sound system here in the center, But Brother Mustafa, you can go ahead and start the dua iftitah, inshallah.
I have a question. Do we have Majlis tonight also?
No, Majlis, just Amal.
Just Amal?
Yeah.
Anybody in the center to do the Amal?
Yeah. We will do all together. I'll talk to you about that. We
Oh.
start here and we join to you like we normally do. So we all work together.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Salawat ala Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammadin wa ajil farajahum. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Ya Aliyo, Ya Azim. Ya Ghafuro, Ya Rahim. Anta Rabbul Azim. الذي ليس كمثله شيء وهو السميع البصير وهذا شهر عظمته وكرمته وشرفته وفضلته على الشهور وهو الشهر الذي فرضت صيامه عليه وهو شهر رمضان الذي أنزلت فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان وجعلت فيه ليلة القدر وجعلتها خيرا من 1000 شهر فيا ذا المن ولا يمن عليك من علي بفكاك رقبتي من النار في من تمن علي وادخلنا الجنة برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجه أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم إني أفتتح الثناء بحمدك وأنت مسدد للصواب بمنك وأيقنت أنك أنت أرحم الراحمين في موضع العفو والرحمة وأشد المعاقبين في موضع النكال والنقمة وأعظم المتجبرين في موضع الكبرياء والعظمة اللهم أذنت لي في دعائك ومسألتك فاسمع يا سميع مدحتي فأجب يا رحيم دعوتي وأغل يا غفور أسرتي فكم يا إلهي من كربة قد فرجتها وهموم قد كشفتها وأسرة قد أغلتها ورحمة قد نشرتها وحلقة بلاء قد فككتها الحمد لله الذي لم يتخذ صاحبة ولا ولدا ولم يكن له شريك في الملك ولم يكن له ولي من الذل وكبره تكبيرا اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجه الحمد لله بجميع محامده كلها على جميع نعمه كلها الحمد لله الذي لا مضاد له في ملكه ولا منازع له في أمره الحمد لله الذي لا شريك له في خلقه ولا شبيه له في عظمته الحمد لله فاشي في الخلق أمره وحمده الظاهر بالكرم مجده الباسط بالجود يده الذي لا تنقص خزائنه ولا يزيده كثرة العطاء إلا جودا وكرما إنه هو العزيز الوهاب. اللهم إني أسألك قليلا من كثير مع حاجة بي إليه عظيمة، وغناك عنه قديم، وهو عندي كثير، وهو علمك سهل يسير. اللهم إن عفوك عن ذنبي وتجاوزك عن خطيئتي وسفحك عن ظلمي وسترك على قبيح عملي وهلمك عن كثير جرمي عندما كان من خطئي وعمدي أطمعني في أن أسألك ما لا أستوجبه منك الذي رزقتني من رحمتك وأريتني من قدرتك وعرفتني من إجابتك. خسرت أدعوك آمنا وأسألك مستأنسا لا خائفا ولا وجلا مدلا عليك فيما قصدت فيه إليك. فإن أبت عني يتبت بجهلي عليك، ولعل الذي أبت عني هو خير لي لعلمك بعاقبة الأمور. فلم أر مولى كريما أصبر على عبد لئيم منك علي يا رب. إنك تدعوني فأولي أنك وتتحبب إلي فأتبقز إليك وتتبدو إلي فلا أقبل منك. كأن لي تتبل عليك فلم يمنعك ذلك من الرحمة لي والإحسان إلي وتتفضل علي بجودك وكرمك. فارحم عبدك الجاهل وجد عليه بفضل إحسانك. إنك جواد كريم. الحمد لله مالك الملك مجري الفلك مسخر الرياح فالق الأصباح ديان الدين رب العالمين. الحمد لله على علمه بعد علمه، والحمد لله على عفوه بعد قدرته، والحمد لله على طول أناته في غضبه، وهو قادر علي ما يريد، وهو قادر على ما يريد. الحمد لله خالق الخلق باسط الرزق فالق الأسباح ذو الجلال والإكرام والفضل والإنعام الذي بعد فلا يرى وغرب فشهد النجوى تبارك وتعالى. الحمد لله الذي ليس له منازع يعادل ولا شبيه يشاكل ولا زهير يعاضد. قهر بعزته الأعزاء وتواضع لعظمته عظماء فبلغ بقدرته ما يشاء. الحمد لله الذي يجيبني حين أناديه ويستر علي كل عورة وأنا أأسيه ويؤزم النعمة علي فلا أجازيه. فكم من موهبة هنيئة قد أتاني وعزيمة مخافة قد كفاني وبهجة مونغة قد أراني. فأثنى عليه حامدا واذكره مسبحا. الحمد لله الذي لا يهتك حجابه ولا يغلق بابه ولا يرد السائل ولا يخيب آمل. الحمد لله الذي يؤمن الخائفين وينجي الصالحين ويرفع المستضعفين ويزع المستكبرين ويهلك ملوكا ويستخلف آخرين. والحمد لله قاسم الجبارين مبير الظالمين مدرك الحاربين نكال الظالمين صريخ المستصرخين موضع حاجات الطالبين معتمد المؤمنين. الحمد لله الذي من خشيته ترعد السماء وسكانها وترجف الأرض وأمارها وتموج البحار ومن يسبح في غمرتها. الحمد لله الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله. الحمد لله الذي يخلق ولم يخلق ويرزق ولا يرزق ويطعم ولا يؤذم ويميت الأحياء ويحيي الموتى وهو حي لا يموت بيده الخير وهو على كل شيء قدير. اللهم صل على محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. استغفر الله ربي واتوب إليه. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد عبدك ورسولك وأمينك وصفيك وحبيبك وخيرتك من خلقك وحافظ سرك مبلغ رسالاتك أفضل وأحسن وأجمل وأكمل وأزكى وأنمى وأطيب وأطهر وأسنى وأكثر ما صليت وباركت وترحمت وتحننت وسلمت على أحد من عبادك وأنبيائك ورسلك وصفوتك وأهل الكرامة عليك من خلقك. اللهم وصل على علي أمير المؤمنين ووصي رسول رب العالمين عبدك ووليك وأخي رسولك وهجتك على خلقك وآيتك الكبرى والنبأ العظيم. وصل على الصديقة الطاهرة فاطمة سيدة النساء العالمين وصل على سبطي الرحمة وإمامي الهدى الحسن والحسين سيدي شباب أهل الجنة. وصل على أئمة المسلمين علي بن الحسين ومحمد بن علي وجعفر بن محمد وموسى بن جعفر وعلي بن موسى ومحمد بن علي وعلي بن محمد والحسن بن علي والخلف الهادي المهدي. حججك على عبادك ومنائك في بلادك صلاة كثيرة دائما. اللهم وصل على ولي أمرك القائم المؤمل والعدل المنتظر وهفه بملائكتك المقربين وأيده بروح القدس يا رب العالمين. اللهم اجعله داعيا إلى كتابك والقائم بدينك استخلفه في الأرض كما استخلفت الذين من قبله. مكن له دينه الذي ارتضيته له أبدله من بعد خوفه يمنا يعبدك لا يشرك بك شيئا. اللهم أعزه وأعزز به وانصره وانتصر به وانصره نصرا عزيزا وافتح له فتحا يسيرا واجعل له من لدنك سلطانا نصيرا. اللهم اظهر به دينك وسنة نبيك حتى لا يستخفي بشيء من الحق مخافة أحد من الخلق. اللهم إنا نرغب إليك في دولة كريمة تعز بها الإسلام وأهله وتذل بها النفاق وأهله وتجعلنا فيها من الدعاة إلى طاعتك والقادة إلى سبيلك وترزقنا بها كرامة الدنيا والآخرة. اللهم ما عرفتنا من الحق فحملناه وما قصرنا عنه فبلغناه. اللهم المم به شأسنا واشعب به صدعنا وارتق به فتقنا وكثر به قلتنا وعزز به ذلتنا واغن به عائلنا واغض به عن مغرمنا واجبر به فقرنا وسد به خلتنا ويسر به يسرنا وبيض به وجوهنا وفك به أسرنا وانجه به طلبتنا وانجز به مواعيدنا واستجب به دعوتنا واتنا به سؤلنا وبلغنا به من الدنيا والآخرة آمالنا واتنا به فوق رغبتنا يا خير المسؤولين وأوسع المعطين. اشف به صدورنا وذهب به غيظ قلوبنا واهدنا به لما اختلف فيه من الحق بإذنك إنك تهدي من تشاء إلى صراط مستقيم. وانصرنا به على عدوك عدونا إله الحق. آمين. اللهم إنا نشكو إليك فقد نبينا صلواتك عليه وآله وغيبة ولينا وكثرة عدونا وخلة عددنا وشدة الفتن بنا وتظاهر الزمان علينا فصل على محمد وآله وإنا على ذلك بفتح منك تؤجله وبذر تكشفه ونصر تعزه وسلطان حق تظهره ورحمة منك تجللنا وعافية منك تلبسناها برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجه.
على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم. اللهم ادخل على أهل القبور السرور. اللهم أغنى كل فقير. اللهم أغنى كل فقير. اللهم اشف كل جائع. اللهم اكس كل عريان. اللهم اغز الدين كل مدين. اللهم فرج عن كل مكروب. اللهم رد كل قريب. اللهم فك كل أسير. اللهم أصلح كل فاصل من أمور المسلمين. اللهم اشف كل مريض. اللهم سد فقرنا بغناك. اللهم غير سوء حالنا بحسن حالك. اللهم اقض عنا الدين واغننا من الفقر إنك على كل شيء قدير. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم. Brothers and sisters, inshallah, as we get closer and closer to Maghrib, inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has accepted your prayers and your du'as. Tonight is the first night of Qadr. Additionally, we do ahya and we ask for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for istighfar and forgiveness. Inshallah, pray for your marhumin, for Padar, Mother, for Walidain, Walidain, grandparents, all the people who throughout these years in different centers or here have brought you the du'as and ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for forgiveness for all the mu'mineen wa mu'minat. Inshallah, shafaya tamam marizan, all the people who are sick. Inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala takes the difficulties for the people who have asked us to make dua for them. And also, inshallah, Allah will solve their problems. Also, inshallah, Faraj Agha Muhammad Zaman, don't forget to make dua for Faraj. And inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put us in the list of the people who have actually had the success and have the opportunity to serve Mawlana Muhammad Zaman. And inshallah, Shafai Marizan. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. أَمَّنْ يُجِيبُ الْمُضْطَرَّ إِذَا دَعَاهُ وَيَكْشِفُ السُّوءَ أمن يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء أمن يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء أمن يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء رجاء آقای امام زمان انشاءالله أمن يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إلهي عظم البلاء وبرح الخفاء وانكشف الغطاء وانغطى الرجاء وزاغت الأرض ومنعت السماء وأنت المستعان وإليك المشتكى وعليك المؤبل في شدة والرخاء اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد أولي الأمر الذين فرضت علينا طاعتهم وعرفتنا بذلك منزلتهم ففرج عنا بحقهم فرج عنا بحقهم فرجا عاجلا قريبا كلمه البصر أو هو أقرب يا محمد يا علي يا علي يا محمد اكفياني فإنكما كافيان وانصراني فإنكما كافيان فإنكما وانصر إني فإنكما ناصران يا مولانا يا صاحب الزمان الغوث 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 أدركني 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 الساعة 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 الأجل 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 يا أرحم الراحمين بحق محمد وآله الطاهرين اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم. Inshallah, keep us in your prayer and as we get, like I said, we get your iftar, inshallah, keep all the mu'mineen and all the parents and all the people in your mind, and especially pray for the youth and their success and keeping us in their prayers, inshallah. Fi amanillah, everybody. We see you later for the amal, inshallah.
Inshallah.
The quick announcement, inshallah. Just remember to make donations to meet our expenses. Our goal is $10,000 for this year for the month of Ramadan. So please start donating generously. You can either mail the check or do PayPal or online donations. I sent the link yesterday and I can send again today or tomorrow, inshallah. But please start doing that. Tonight is the first night of Shab-e Qadr, divine night of 19th. Inshallah, we have Amal today. We start Amal at 9:15, inshallah. For those who can want to stay, they can stay after opening their fast and dinner. Inshallah, we'll start around 9:15. We do partly from center and partly from Brother Mustafa from home through Zoom, inshallah. Salawat.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم.